So this video, guys, is going to be on the Washington Commanders. My thoughts on other NFL draft picks from the 2022 NFL Draft. Remember, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers might take a while, but that's okay. Once we do, whoever is subscribed to the channel, has notifications turned on, will be entered to win a free NFL jersey as my first giveaway. So, with the first pick for the Washington Commanders in the first round, they selected wide receiver Jahan Dawson. Not a horrible pick, but a lot of people had him later in the first. Good receiver. Had some good measurables. Again, I'll go into more details and their stats in other videos, but not a bad pick. Could have done better maybe, but that was a need, and they did kind of squash some leverage that Terry McLaurin had over them. Now they have Jahan Dawson, a first-round receiver nonetheless. Kind of takes pressure off them to make a deal with Terry McLaurin. Second pick in the NFL Draft at number 98, defensive tackle for Darius Mathis. This was a head-scratcher for a lot of people. Now, Deron Payne, there was questions about him. Maybe they're moving on from him after the kerfuffle he had with another teammate at the end of the 2021 NFL season. So there's speculation they might be moving on from Deron Payne. But this pick left some people scratching their head. Like, look at your defensive line. Did you really need that? You could have used it on offensive linemen. They did lose Brandon Sharif the year before. They lost Trent Williams. Now, Cosme, the kid from Texas they drafted last year, has stepped up and played well, so they seem to fix left tackle. Should be fine there for the foreseeable future. But guard, they could have used some help. Center, secondary for sure. I mean, there were some good corners there still left on the board. So, yeah, if you're going to move on from one of your top defensive tackles, you might want a guy to replace him. So, not going to hem and haw on that too much. Another pick, running back Brian Robinson Jr. at Alabama. Okay, not a bad pick. They needed a running back because their running backs haven't been reliable and consistent over the last few years. So, he's a very good running back. This guy could be a star. Has been a star at Alabama. So, yeah, I mean, it gives their young quarterback Sam Howell, Carson Wentz, gives them some weapons. They're trying to improve. Not a bad pick. Percy Butler, safety at Louisiana. Not a bad pick. I mean, where they drafted him. Okay. You need safety help, so this is kind of a Ron Rivera guy, so a good pick probably. Sam Howell. I was in the 5th round. That was a steal because last year he was top 5 quarterback coming out in last year's draft. If he had come out, obviously it didn't happen. It hurt his draft stock. But maybe their quarterback of the future, young guy, big arm, pretty mobile, more mobile than most people think. So that's definitely a good pick in the 5th round. Great value. Cole Turner, that was a good pick. A lot of people had him in the 1st or 2nd round. That was a good pick in the 5th round. They need tight end help like nobody's business. They tried Jeremy Sprinkle and others, and it just didn't seem to work. None of the tight ends they've had lately just have worked. The last guy they had that was really good just keeps getting injured. So, Yeah, maybe they find a tight end in Cole Turner from Nevada. Chris Paul, guard. That's actually a good pick, to be honest. He was slated as a 3rd or 4th round pick, I believe. So this gives them possibly a replacement for Sharif. Not the same guy, but pretty big, physical. Can move some people off the ball. Not a bad pick. That's definitely going to help. So, quarterback Christian Holmes. Not a bad pick. So, let me know what you guys think. They didn't have a bad draft. I think they helped themselves for sure. He's still got. I have to take a look at their undrafted free agent list and all, but not a bad draft at all for the Washington Commanders. So, yeah, again, I'll do a more stat-driven and detail-oriented video later on in the week. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe. Really consider it. Helps channel make better videos, better content, more of them, and maybe do this more often. Till then, I'll see you on the next one.